touching all the sports. But what I'm concerned about are these visas, because we have 25,000 athletes a year coming into America and stealing our scholarships from our women and our men to the tune of over $1 billion. If you average a scholarship at $40,000 a year, it's over $1 billion a year being stolen from our American athletes, Andrew. But what I'm bothered by, and it's not just the other. We got a guy from Australia at Villanova. I have a friend of mine whose son is a starter at Villanova. They're one of the top, what do they call it, FBA or FCS? I don't know how that goes, but Villanova won a national championship. Tony Siragusa, my roommate at the University of Pittsburgh, my backup, his son was a starter. Villanova just won a national championship like 3 or 4 years ago. But they're real serious now. They played Penn State this year, but so I was checking on the kid to see if he's playing. I was watching over the weekend after I do all my farm work. I turned the TV on for maybe an hour. So I saw Villanova. So I told my wife, look for Villanova. What number is he? He's number 58. His name's Thomas Brown. Tough wrestler. God bless him. He's at Villanova. He got recruited by a bunch of schools, but they chose Villanova. I'm happy to have him in Pennsylvania. But here's the kicker. My wife's looking, Andrew. She says, there's a 33-year-old punter from Australia on the Villanova Wildcats roster, right? He's a starting kicker. He's got a scholarship as a punter. He's a punter. I'm like, oh, my God. Now, here's the thing. He's 33 years old. 33 years old, Andrew. Now, and he's in his 6th year. He went to East Carolina first, and now he's at Villanova getting his 2nd degree. Now think about that. His 2nd degree, and that now there's over 1,000 high schools in the state of Pennsylvania, Andrew. Over 1,000 high schools, and this is what makes me sick. We got thousands and thousands of minor league baseball players and NCAA baseball players, big time baseball players. And you watch the NCAA baseball, the World Series, man, it's awesome. These guys are playing as good, if not better, than the guys at the next level. You hear what I'm saying to you? They're all fired up. They're excited. They're real baseball players, those NCAA baseball players and the high school baseball players. But anyway, in the state of Pennsylvania, right, a great state, great football state, right, we have a foreigner punting on a scholarship at Villanova. That makes me sick. And they're a Catholic university, a little bit of a serious Catholic university. One of my daughters went there to graduate school. But I would tell you, I want to throw up to think of that. And oh, by the way, right down the street in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Eagles, they similarly have an Australian offensive tackle who went, and a friend of mine trained them. There's a big outfit in Florida, Tampa, Florida. It's not coming to my head right now. But my buddy Paul Dunn trained this kid, and he ended up playing for the Eagles. Now, let me ask you. Now, I heard he's big time. He's doing real well for the Eagles. He's a star player. But here's what makes me sick, right? Now, we have all these basketball players that aren't making it to the NBA because there's such a restricted amount of guys that can come. He was a rugby player, this kid that's at the Eagles. We have all these baseball players the same that aren't getting opportunities because Major League Baseball is limited to just restrictive of them advancing themselves and playing for a team. So why if the Eagles were investing and wrestlers, how about these heavyweight wrestlers? They're superstars, tremendous athletes, but they're just wrestling in college. So why wouldn't they invest in one of our American athletes and develop them into an NFL caliber lineman, which they've done? There's been plenty of wrestlers, plenty of national championships and wrestlers who have excelled in the NFL after their college experience. But why now are they going and picking out foreigners? Getting back, I have a real sore spot for this because I love our American athletes, our American-born athletes. And if an athlete was born overseas or has immigrant parents and they go through the high school system, do you understand? And they become naturalized, I don't have a problem with those athletes. You hear what I'm saying here? But I have a problem with the American universities and the American pro sports franchises bringing these athletes over when we're loaded with punters. I mean, 1,000 high schools in the state of Pennsylvania, they couldn't get a Pennsylvania high school punter to punt for them. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's
Well, I think
sickening. It's
it goes back.
disgusting.
There's no more national pride anymore. Like that's the thing, right? There isn't an American national pride like there used to be. Back in whatever in the if you want to go as far back as the Yankees and like the Murderers Row and everything like that, Joe DiMaggio and Yogi Berra and all these guys, and it's just not the same. It's not the same. You don't even have to go. You don't have to go all that way back, but it's just not. There's not the same feeling in the country. It's like we've talked about this whole episode. It's about money, and if you can't perform, we're gonna find someone who can, and it doesn't matter where they're from because we need to make money. And as the TV contracts keep coming in, if we lose eyeballs because we're not good, then we're losing money, and that's all that matters.
And the people got to voice their opinions. They got to call your. I don't care what state you're in. We're getting watched from California down to Florida, up to Boston. Mm-hmm. We have a big audience right now. I don't care where you're at or what state you're in. It applies to you. It applies to you. It applies to everyone it is.